Welcome back to the channel. Someone's excited. All right. I got a bit of progress on a few things. I have not done anything else with the Empire beanie yet, but I didn't show you the last time because it was packed up, so I'll show it to you. I'll show that to you first. This is how much I've gotten done on it so far. It's very thick. It's gonna be really warm, and I think it's just a bigger weight yarn than I really should use for this, but it's what I had. Because this is supposed to be ribbing, and this just doesn't look like ribbing, but it's fine. I think it'll fit. I'm probably about halfway done with the first chart. I think there's 2 charts or 3 charts in total, so I'll have to look at that at the pattern and see, but that's where we're at with that one. The second one is the new pair of vanilla, is the new black socks, and so far we're doing great. I did great this far on the last ones, so we'll see if I can decipher the written instructions or the chart. Well, because the chart doesn't get to bother me. The chart I can manage to figure out fairly early on in the process the first time. But the written instructions after the chart is finished is where I lost my way, so to speak. So we'll see. Maybe this will go better. Maybe it'll be the same, and I'll be irritated that I put myself through it again. But so far, we're doing fine. It looks great. There's no shade on the pattern, but some patterns I just can't wrap my mind around how it's written. It's just how my brain works, I guess. I did start another sock for my husband in this yarn for our anniversary. I thought it'd be nice if I started a new pair of socks for him. It's our anniversary today. It is called, let me find the page, Broken Bow Socks by Summerlee. Summerlee is bread. Summerlee is socks, okay? That's what Summerlee, the sock obsession book. And so far, this has been a breeze. It took me a couple seconds to decipher the instructions on the first row. It was saying, this is why I say it's probably a me thing. It's probably I just am struggling to decipher something that is written in a way that I don't understand. She wrote the instructions. Work round 1 of the cable chart over the first 11 stitches. Now that sounds obvious, right? Now that I know, now that I've wrapped my brain around it and I can understand it better. But when I first read that, I was like, excuse me? I don't know. So written instructions are they're not great for me. I don't enjoy them as much, but they are important, and I do try my best to understand them as best as I can. So this will have 2 cables. Right here, you'll see a wider rib. That's where one of the cables is going to be. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. I had that light on, but it was just too much in the face. So, you could see it was blinding back there on the camera. And then right here, will be another cable. So she has you set up the start of the cable right on the ribbing. I think I'm just about done. She wants you to do 1.5 inches. I normally like a much bigger rib than that, but because it's also including the cable, yeah, I got 1 inch. So I got a 1/2 inch to go. I don't want to go as far because then it's going to look weird, I think. If I go farther with the ribbing, it's going to look weird because the chart's not going to start till further down the leg, and then it's just going to look silly. So that's what we are doing. And this is, by the way, this color is a Chicken Lady Fiber Arts color in pewter. It's Surma sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 447 yards and 100 grams. So this is the Chicken Lady's yarn. We love the Chicken Lady here. She's got really great yarn. Now I do have a feeling that this is going to be one of those, as Shannon from Another Yarn will say, feed up socks. So you're not going to want to be doing a whole bunch of activities in these socks. You're probably going to just want to lounge around the house in them, because it just seems like the yarn is just so nice. I think he's really gonna like these. It's so nice though, it might wear a lot faster. So, and normally for his socks, I wash and dry them because he is in a hurry to get them. As soon as they're washed, he wants them back. But these ones are probably gonna be laid flat to dry, like I do for mine, because I don't want mine all felty, and they don't really get felty. They don't, it's good enough yarn like this. I don't think that I'm not sure if this, yeah, it does. Yeah, you can wash it. This does say no drying, but most of them don't dry, just because you don't know what's going to happen if you dry it. His socks that I make out of, I made it out of the brown of this yarn. It's gone through the dryer a few times. Nothing happened. So those kinds of socks I have no problem putting in the dryer. But with this nicer yarn that does cost a little bit more, and it just is a softer, and by softer I mean not as, I guess it's not that it's not as strong, but it's not as durable. Not as durable. That's the word that I'm looking for. I figure just take as good care of it as you can, and then hopefully it lasts longer. So I do have other, I'm recording in this room because my yarn room, I put my Winder and Swift up on the table that I would be recording on, so it's right in the way. And I didn't want to take it down because I do want to use it again later today to do some stuff. But so that's why we're here. Not that it matters. I pretty much, I've recorded here before, but yeah, we are he's coming home later this week, so it's just me and Jiraiya for now. So, and then I pulled out some stuff that I want to work on, but I also got my big yellow blanket that I made for the bed that I don't like, and I want to tear that out and wind it all back, cake it all back up, use that yarn for something else. I don't know what, but it'll be there for something else. That's one of the things I do want to try and do this week while I'm home. That way I don't have to take it all back. It's not all back at the camper. If I don't do it while I'm home, I'm just going to leave it here and do it at another time while I'm home. It's just easier to do it here. I thought it would be convenient to do it there, but then I never did it. If it's going to be taking up space, I'd rather have it take up space here. So that's what we're doing. That's what we've done. I have, like I said, another 1/2 inch on this, and then I am going to start the ribbing, and then I want to work on this one some more. I think the last time I showed this, it was just the cuff, but I'm not real sure. It could have been further down, but I want to try and round that heel and get well into the foot today on this one. This one is going to be, you know, I'm going to touch it, I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to work on it here and there. Give me a break from this one, especially if I get irritated with that one. It's basically here to save my life if I get irritated. Just kidding. With that, I will let you all go. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next one.